Today, I want to dive back into the 2020 draft. That's right. And I want to take a look at Jurmo. So now we're fully into. All right, Shannon's just picking prospects to look at because of their name. And probably right on some level. And yet, he should be a second round pick. He's 53rd on the hockey prospect list. He's number 20 on Central Scouting's European skaters list. 46th on Elite Prospects, and Bob McKenzie has him going 60th. Now, I'm wearing a Carolina jersey, not because they need a defenseman, but because this guy looks like he's going to be a project. This guy looks like he could be taken anywhere from second, it could be third, depending on who's drafting where and what weaknesses they see in his game. He's 6'4", 198 pounds. This is a kid that, because of his overall talent, and the offensive talent is there, and him being 6'4", he's the kind of guy that would have been a first-round draft pick pretty much a cinch, say, 10, 15 years ago, when size was seen as being a really, really, really important part of getting your defenseman and getting him drafted. But he doesn't really play like a big man. Like, his strengths, puck handling, strength, and passing. So he does have the strength, he does have the size, but how much he uses it seems to be part of the storyline with him and whether or not it's going to translate to that next level. His stats last year, he played for Jokerit's under-18 team. 42 games, 3 goals, 20 assists, 23 points. For the under-20 team, again, Jokerit, 5 games and 1 assist. This year, playing for the under-18 team, he had 1 assist in 1 game for Jokerit. And for the under-20 team, 43 games, 5 goals, 23 assists, 28 points. And next year, he's playing for JYP because I can't see him coming over and playing in North America. I can't see a team picking him in the second round and going, this kid's going to play with us right away. But do you know what's interesting is? Intriguing seems to be the key word. There were 3 different sites I looked at, and each site said the same thing. Intriguing. He's an intriguing prospect because he's huge and he can skate. There's going to be a GM somewhere that goes, there are flaws in this kid's game, but he's 6'4" and he can skate. He's a very, very good skater. And he played well against under 20 players. He plays well, but it's not the men's league. We'll see how he does against the men next year. The thing is, you got to draft him before he's played against men. So there's some risk there. There's definitely some risk there. That when he gets to the men's game, something gets exposed that we're not looking at right now. Solid, fast skater, good outlet pass. And they compare him, at least Hockey Prospect compares him to Broberg, the top-notch prospect for the Oilers. They're not saying he's on that level, but his puck rushing, combined with the struggles with some of the decision-making he does, that's the comparison they look at with Broberg. That he's got that ability, he's got that puck rushing, he just needs to learn to make some better decisions. And the defensive side of the puck seems to be where there's an issue. He's 6'4". The right coach teaching him how to use the body, how to block guys out, how to make sure that you're big, you can make sure they're not going through you or around you. The right coaching, yeah. And 6'4", you just never know. Maybe he ends up being 6'5" at the NHL level. There was also some scouting I saw him at 6'3", either whether he's 6'3" or 6'4", he's a big kid. And he is seen as a boomer bust type. So 5 years from now, we don't know who he is, or 5 years from now, hey, this guy's going to be great. So he's seen as one or the other, where just because of how physically solid this kid is, and because of the offensive upside he has, steal. But if he doesn't develop that defensive side of the game, and if he doesn't develop that compete level that you're looking for in a National Hockey League defenseman, then he doesn't end up coming over, he doesn't play in the National Hockey League. So it is that difference that we'll see between whether he's in the NHL or not, and it's on him, and it's on whichever team drafts him and develops him. So again, I'm wearing Carolina because they're pretty good when it comes to developing defensemen. They're right up there with Nashville in terms of developing defensemen. So sure, we'll go with Carolina. Scouts, best D-man from Finland this year. And one of the reasons I went with Carolina too is I was like, well, they have Sebastian Aho. He's Finn, so sure. Draft a Finnish defenseman. He has tools, but a long way to go before it translates, meaning he has the toolbox necessary. It's how he uses it. And it's a matter of getting from point A to point B and finding the best way to do so. So we'll see. But Joni Jurmo is a very fun name to say. Now, it's not like on Jarkko Ruutu levels, but it's close. And so for that reason, I was half tempted to put on a Canucks jersey and go, okay, Canucks, I'm serious, go out and get Joni Jurmo, because if you get Jet Wu and Joni Jurmo on that would be fantastic to see the two of them together, but I get ahead of myself here. So I went with Carolina instead. But let me know who you think should draft him and where he should go. And if you're Finn, what do you think of the kid? And what do you think of, if you've seen him, what do you think? Where do you think his ceiling is? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just tapping upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.